Are you are you a sickly Victorian child?
There you go. My
I,
mic's coming in now. There we go.
there you go.
My mouse is doing something weird, but I'll click something. Like the drag doesn't work, but then it does on the wrong things. So like I'll click something and it acts like I held it, and I don't know. It's my I gotta get new tech, guys.
Well, you should
Danzyland,
stop running Windows 95. That's a problem. I told you to upgrade.
never gonna stop.
That's right.
Because it's the nostalgia of it all. I like living in the past, dude. If I could, dude, honestly,
I think you just like those fucking shitty screensavers.
honestly, dude, if I could, I would run this on Windows 95 and just be happy with Windows 95 or even Windows ME, and that was shitty.
That was crazy
Dude,
bad.
people don't know the nightmare that was Windows Millennium Edition. People do
That was
not
basically
know that.
Y2K.
That was the beginning of the end. You know,
That
people
was the Y2K,
people
yeah.
point to the CERN collider. People point to 9/11. I'm pointing to Windows Millennium Edition. That's when it
That was
all
really
fucked
bad.
up. Paywalls and shit. No, I'm kidding. We got this started a little bit early, and then we were like, let's hit record. As you know, this past weekend, the White House Correspondents' Dinner was abruptly canceled.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad everybody's all right. But
But it's also suspect that everyone is all right.
there are a couple of sus things here about this incident.
A little bit.
Just, why is it? And we're not bringing this up.
Let me bring out my giant scroll.
Let me just.
There's a couple issues.
Just the past 6 months alone, and that's our point here. This is our point here. We're not we're not being leftist, we're not being centrist, we're not being anti-conservative in each way or form, and we have to start that off here because, like, that's today's day and age. When something like this happens, the first thing we look up is who the person's political affiliation was, and that's part of the problem. That is part of the problem. When we automatically go to side blaming or this, we don't get the real truth. We're looking at the Epstein case now. We let that fold under us, right? Even though it was revealed there's a secret rich society around us. That the Illuminati theory might be true. They just might not be called the Illuminati. There's like so much within the past year. All these little incidents. Even a little thing in Minnesota, on the streets of Minnesota. Everything has weird coincidences. Everything's connected in some crazy way. And this situation's no different, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to bring up the question right now for those of you getting angry that I would even question the legitimacy or that we would even question the legitimacy of this terrible event.
I'm not upset about that. You can fucking be mad at me if you want.
A president, who's had 2 attempted assassinations on him, finally attends the White House Correspondents' Dinner. This is his first time.
In 2 terms.
In 2 terms.
That's
changing comedian, whatever.
6 years? 7 years?
And you don't change the security protocols at all. You don't up security. You don't make more outposts. You don't plant more stations. You don't plant more checks. It's just the same.
They just let a guy with a shotgun into the building.
It's just the same shit, and it's not even. I mean, he just ran past. He just freaking darted.
Yeah, just like a little rat going around.
And 5 shots spring out. They're all from Secret Service. The guy is not killed.
And apparently he's hiring stormtroopers.
He's
for secret security.
He's just now. I don't know fully if this guy was injured or not. I didn't see any injuries announced. From what I read, he just gave up, and that's kind of sus.
Yeah, and then they took his clothes off.
They took his clothes off.
Which is
well,
strange.
you know, I could check for a bomb. I can see that. I can see that
if it was real.
Well, if the guy just surrenders, it's just like check his fucking clothes. He might have a.
That would have been a sweet move.
But it's just you have Carolyn Levitt saying there will be shots fired.
Which I get the double entendre, like
it's just another fucking coincidence.
It's just too coincidental. Yeah, it's too coincidental. But because, like,
And it's
they say it at every correspondence dinner, there's going to be some shots fired, which I
and
don't
you
think
can say
actually. Now that I think about it, I don't think they would ever say that at a correspondence dinner, because
that's not really
it's
out
in
of place.
bad.
That's really out of
It's in
place.
it's not. It's in poor taste, especially for a man who has had 2 assassination attempts.
I don't even.
Why
Well,
would you say that?
the guy in Florida. So the second one they're talking about, for those of you who don't remember, is this guy in Florida that was camped out on Trump's golf course. I don't even know if Trump was even there.
Yeah.
But they found him camped out on Trump's golf course. I don't even think he had time to even like set up his gun before they had him busted. So was it a threat? But
Oh yeah, it's like that guy in
I guess
that
you could
scene
count
in
it.
it's like that scene in The Jerk.
Yeah.
He hates these cans.
But for those of you still going, well, I still think it's a legitimate thing, and there are some wild leftists out there. I'd like to remind you there were also wild people on the right. Guys, what's happening right now, if it's not a big conspiracy, is that we're all in a big mental health crisis here in America. All us middle class people are going through mental health stuff because it's like we don't have the money or the resources to take care of our mental health, right? And then these politicians go on there, and every single day they try to pull us towards a particular side and make us argue with people we disagree with. So then our mental health goes, oh, it's the other side's fault. So if this whole thing is is real and not conspiracy, and people on the left and right are doing crazy
then there's something
things,
else to it. Then there's something else to address, right?
there's something else to address. How
If
we're
there's this
how
many
we're
people
being,
trying to kill the president, then like maybe we should look inward and be
How-
like, why?
And I kind of agree with Patricia Heaton on.
Oh man, I wish you had never said
No,
that.
no, on the rhetoric, because this is what I'm talking about. It's not just the rhetoric from the left, it's the rhetoric from the right when the left's in power, the rhetoric from the left when the right's in power. The whole rhetoric, that's my point. The middle class has mental health crisis going on, and the rhetoric that these parties have been throwing back and forth, not just recently, for decades now.
They're also at a
Has
correspondence
lettuce.
dinner flaunting their affluence.
It's true. It's true. But, I mean, they're not the only side that has done that. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree.
I'll say
I think the Democrats are better at hiding it.
I'm gonna give you this point. Like, but regardless,
When did Patricia Heaton fucking say this?
Patricia Heaton, like right after she got on her Twitter, on her Instagram or something, and said, "Hey, rhetoric just," and she didn't even specify what rhetoric. She just said, "Rhetoric needs to be calmed down because political violence is up."
Okay, but who did she think needed to hear her take?
I mean, people respect Patricia Heaton.
Was it because she was on the middle?
She's got a good body of work, and I mean, even when she was...
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does. The middle's
She was on the middle, and
Everybody
loves
Raymond.
Raymond. That's not a body of work. That's two
And-
shows.
And,
She also has some pretty whack takes about gay marriage, but
I
go
mean...
on.
People do religiously. I think it's stupid, but for the most part, Patricia Heaton, even during the Bush administration, was pretty quiet. You know, I consider Patricia Heaton a pretty quiet right celebrity.
Except for her takes on the LGBTQ community.
Well, when you're asked,
Patricia Heaton, what do you think about gay people? Hate them.
I mean, why would you ask the Chick-fil-A owner that? But people ask it.
That's like asking
What do you want
Deborah
people to
Messing
do?
about Israel.
Well, yeah. What do you want people to do? Lie to you? I mean, I'd rather.
Actually, no one asked Deborah Messing about Israel.
No one asked Deborah Messing. You know what people asked Deborah Messing? What was it like to work with fucking Eric McCormick?
Eric McCormick, yeah. And that's it. And that's the only thing anyone asked Deborah Messing. And then she was like, I want to talk about Israel. We're like, we don't want to hear it. And she's like, you're gonna.
But, like, with the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they go a lot harder on Republicans. Go back to Bush's administration versus Obama's administration. Go back to Clinton. I mean, Norm Macdonald went pretty hard at Clinton's. But you're hiring Norm Macdonald right there,
Yeah, but also, like,
during the Bush
those
administration...
boys could take it on the chin and just be like, you got me. I did commit war crimes. You're right.
During the Bush administration, and I'm gonna just say this: the media went hard at George W. Bush. Now I'm just saying circumstance here.
one of them hosted by what's his name from the Daily Show?
Bro, they came out with 2 Bush movies during Bush's administration.
What?
You remember the 2 Bush movies? They had that one
I
with
remember
Brolin.
the 2 towers during the Bush administration, but I don't remember the Bush movies.
They had the one with Brolin.
That was the 9/11 reference, by the way.
W. They had W. It was called W.
Oh
right?
yeah, I remember that one.
And it was just completely about like non-confirmed rumors. Like like this was never confirmed as truth, but we're gonna put it in our movie. And then you had the South Park guys creating That's My Bush. You know, you had.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember That's My Bush?
No, it sounds fucking amazing though. That's a hilarious name.
It only went like 2 seasons, but they got the guy that was the master George W. Bush impersonator, and it was just a sitcom.
Oh, Frank Caliendo?
No, not Frank Caliendo. Like this dude was the known George W. Bush impersonator. Not Will Ferrell, but like the non-celebrity. You'd see him
Will
on
Ferrell
the
did
Tonight
something
Show.
too, though.
You're Welcome America on Broadway.
You're Welcome America. Then there was the Comedy Central animated series Lil Bush.
Yes. So Bush got like a lot of like, and I think it pissed the right off. And then when Obama got elected, that was like all the racists on the right were just like fucking fuming. Right.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Now's our time," and we were like, "No, you can't do that."
And then they elected Trump, but like the seeded,
but he's a little whiny little man baby, and he can't pick a joke.
The seeded hate was put in there in the Bush administration because of what happened on 9/11, and because the whole truth wasn't revealed on 9/11, and patriotism rang. Like it's all been set up to this point. We've all been set up to just vitriolically disagree with each other to the point where they can get away with bullshit. Which is why you look at a situation this weekend and you say, is this legitimate or is this about the ballroom? And then you got to ask yourself, is it just a fucking ballroom? Because why is this so important?
See, that's where I went to. I was like, why is this fucking ballroom so important?
And you look at the schematics and the blueprints, there's a ballroom in there, but it's more than a ballroom.
It has to be, right? There's no fucking way. It's just a ball. And, like, why would he care this much about a room? Legacy, maybe? I don't fucking know.
There's online conspiracies that it has to do with a god, for a temple for the Baal, Baal. There's conspiracies.
Wasn't he in one of his fucking recent AI posts?
There's but there's conspiracies that it's like a hidden war room. There's, but
bunker.
They definitely have these plans for this ballroom, and it's either going to be the dopest ballroom that has like a discovery zone inside, or it's something else.
Oh shit! Is that a tilt,
bro? Is that a pinball machine? Yeah, sure.
This motherfucker got 5 Papa Shot machines. This kicks ass.
Is that a laser tag room? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
I just hope one day that we wake up questioning everything like we used to.
Well, like me and you do.
Well, no, we used to do that in like the 90s, like with the Oklahoma City bombing. People were like, huh?
Yeah.
What? With Waco, people were like, what? What are they?
Well, I think Waco, people were like pretty pissed initially with them going in guns a-blazing
because there was no fire from the other end. And then Bill Hicks, if you ever go to Bill Hicks's footage, the comedian, Bill knew the back roads, right? So Bill gets in there in an angle you don't see on the media.
Where was he from? Was he from Dallas?
Bill lived in the suburbs of Houston, right?
Okay.
And he just grew up
Which
in Texas.
suburbs?
Oh, like North Houston. I want to say it was around
like Sugarland or something.
I want to say it was around the area I grew up in because I'm a huge Bill Hicks fan. But I want to say he was like 30 miles from where I grew up, a little bit like north west, maybe a little bit more south, but somewhere in that area.
I fucking hate those suburbs so much.
Like below the Woodlands. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Okay.
Yeah. I know where you're at then.
Around that area, maybe
So like,
Tomball.
so like Sugarland adjacent.
Sugarland, yeah, that's would be a better word for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he had family members that lived out in the rural areas or whatever, and he was a traveling comic. But he knew the back roads of Waco, and so he goes to like an area that the national news wasn't on, and him and his friends Kevin Booth filmed the whole thing. They literally go into that compound without being fired on and just unleash hell on this complex. Now David Koresh did have guns and everything but he was within his rights. The only law he was breaking was polygamy. That was it.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and gas up David Koresh.
I'm not gassing him up.
I'm not on his side. I want to put that on record. I'm not on his side. But honestly,
but that was a situation our parents questioned. That was a situation. The boomers.
It was a strange narrative that was sold to us that David Koresh was doing a lot of illegal federal things.
But people at the time didn't believe it because when people just saw the footage of them going in there, because even on the national news, they couldn't edit it, you know? Like, that generation, that was the adults went, it's kind of horse shit.
Yeah, something's a little weird on that take.
And then the remnants of that were still at like 9/11 because there were some 9/11 people going, that's bullshit. But
now it's just like, I fully believe that happened, or I don't believe that happened at all. That's it.
Yeah. And the evidence is more clear now that there's something else afoot on every little thing now. We can't even look at a celebrity death and be like, well, man. Like,
yeah, they're getting sloppy.
These scientists going missing, talking about fucking anti-gravitational technology and nuclear fission. Let me tell you something.
That would reduce our use for fossil fuels.
I'm not trying to scare anybody in this episode, but the CERN Collider's closing down for 10 years, right? The CERN Collider's closing down for 10 years for renovation, for upgrades, okay? They have to close it down so they can literally build 10 years of new tech in there. What made you think they discovered that they had to upgrade the tech?
Well, also the fact that Trump did a mass firing of the entire scientific base in the White House.
With the anti-gravitational and these scientists getting, people are trying to warp reality. People are trying to warp space-time for something, man. Those are the 3 ingredients for fucking with space-time. I'm letting you guys know.
Yeah, like why were they looking into anti-gravity?
Anti-gravity, nuclear fission, the CERN Collider. We're fucking with space-time right now, and they're upgrading the Collider because they did something.
Or we have fucked with space-time a bit too much.
Maybe that is too. But they got to upgrade that CERN Collider because they did something, and they were like, oh, in order to do more, we got to upgrade it. But we got something right here. We just need to upgrade the machine. It's like Stargate, dude. It's like you open the portal to Stargate, right? And then the portal immediately closes. Well, how do we keep that portal open? We got to upgrade the technology. I'm not saying they open a portal, but it's a possibility. Possibility.
Just saying.
People just don't go, oh yeah, here we got to upgrade it. In 2026, we need to upgrade it. They didn't look at it in 2019 and going, oh, in 2026, we need to upgrade. They immediately decide we need an upgrade. They did something.
Now, yeah. And also, 10 years of upgrades for such an advanced piece of equipment are, 10 years? That's a decade of upgrades. What are you fucking doing? You putting NOS in that bitch?
I don't know.
That'd be pretty sick.
They did something.
We gotta get a Hemi in this bad boy.
But with anti-gravitational tech and nuclear fission. Okay. So to mess with space-time ultimately, this is the only thing that's keeping them, unless they've discovered how to do this and they've just kept it from the public. You'd have to grid out not just the universe, or not just the solar system, but not the entire universe, but a good portion of what's around us. You would have to grid it out in a mathematical graph. Because if you're going to mess with space-time, you got to look at the location of the Earth. Where is the Earth in the universe in 1968? Boom. You got to have an algorithm for that. Let's say if you wanted to go back to 1968, you would have to know the location of the solar system in the Milky Way galaxy, in the universe, in 1968. And you would have to know all the measurements of everything. It's fucking complicated. But that's time travel, right?
Hey, that's what I say every day. That's time travel, baby.
I don't know what you like. If that's not the goal, what are we working with anti-gravitational tech and nuclear fission and the CERN collider?
That's what I'm
are
saying,
we doing
like,
that for? Because I mean,
like when would we ever have a practical application for anti-gravity on Earth?
like fast travel, theoretically,
Oh.
theoretically,
Indoor skydiving.
no, theoretically, you could open a portal from like Texas that goes to New York and do an instant travel. Theoretically, you could do that. You wouldn't need to have all the other factors. If it
No,
was,
I get it. I saw Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I get it. They did that to Mike TV. They made him in a little bit.
yeah, okay. So like something like that. Yeah. You could, well, yeah. If it didn't involve going forward and backward in the timeline, if it was just like an instant travel thing, you could.
Yeah, me and you have already had arguments about time travel. I'm not want to get into that on the podcast.
Well, no, now I'm really thinking about it with my science brain, and yeah, they could be working on like fast travel portals for themselves. I don't know, but some
probably for themselves.
there's some crazy science shit going on.
I think they discovered anti-gravity in the 90s.
Sure. Well,
with moon boots.
the moon. Go back to what Bob.
You remember moon boots?
I remember moon boots, but go back to what Bob Lazar was saying about where he worked and what they were working. They were working with a device unknown that had anti-gravitational properties, right? So like it was like a little sphere, and you'd throw something at it, and it would rescend it like opposite, like the same poles
like
of a
two
magnet.
opposite magnet.
Like
Yeah.
well, it's similar. The similars repel.
Yeah.
But there was nothing powering that. Was anyways. We could just dig down the rabbit hole, but we got other things to talk about.
Oh, we could dovetail that into Kimmel.
Yes, let's talk about Kimmel. I think is Kimmel getting shut down? Is that official?
I don't think it's official. They're fucking probably they've got the paper in the works.
So I didn't hear Kimmel's joke. I don't know what the joke is. That I don't watch Kimmel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Apparently, nobody does. I'll tell you.
Is it something we can repeat on the podcast? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
go
it's
ahead.
fine. Yeah, so he did a mock correspondence dinner for like a skit on his late night show.
Okay, wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Too late. But he did a little roast, and then he cuts to a video. He's like, "Oh, Melania's here," and it's like a little video of Melania, who's obviously not there. And he says, "You have the expectant glow, or the glow of an expectant widow."
Ooh.
Yeah, which is like whatever. It's an old dude joke. Timing is bad. Timing was bad. He said this before the correspondence dinner.
Oh, okay. So this was before. This wasn't after.
Yeah, no, this was before.
Okay.
And then Trump went on a rant and was like, "How dare you say that 2 days before before a shooting?" And it's like, how is he supposed to fucking know? You're the one who set it up.
I mean, look, we gotta keep it open to the realm of possibility that this wasn't set up. It's like if I say a joke about somebody.
I don't.
If I say a joke about somebody and they die or they nearly die 2 days later, whatever happens, happens. Whatever comes upon me, comes upon me. It's just an unfortunate circumstance of events.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about Kimmel. I'm like, hey, no, funny bit, but something happened, so now you got to take it. Because like,
he stood by it. He didn't apologize. He was just like, yeah, it made a joke, and then something happened. Like,
apology is totally up to him, but like, do not expect blowback. I find it kind of stupid. Like, yeah, you should be like.
Well, it aired before the fucking.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, then this happens.
What was he supposed to do?
It's one of those things, man. Yeah, it's just one of those.
Go back in time.
It's just one of those poor circumstances. Now you don't have to apologize. If he's not going to apologize, that's his thing. But to be like, I don't expect blowback from this. I mean, dude, an unfortunate. In today's world.
I think he's just tired of the eggshells he's having to walk on. And he's just like, fuck it, full send.
Oh yeah, fuck it. No, I get it, but I can understand.
He knows he's gonna get canceled eventually. It doesn't fuck him. It's just a matter of when.
They took Colbert down, but like, see, it's not really a problem.
Which is wild that they went like straight at Colbert, and I thought he was a lot tamer than Kimmel was.
Well, they have Paramount in their back pocket. You know, Paramount, it's easy to get somebody thrown off CBS when you're going to the country club with all the homeboys, you know? Like when your homeboys are bringing up the Jag reboot, you can just be like, hey, come here. I got something. You gotta get this Colbert fuck off.
Yeah, get this fuck off.
Disney, though. Disney's much harder to... I mean, of course, at their stock price right now, they might just do what the president started saying.
Well, if that fucking Skydance shit goes through, then it's all gonna be owned by one person, so fuck it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. But no, I mean, if Kimmel gets canceled, Kimmel gets canceled. My question is...
here's my thing. I don't care if Kimmel gets canceled. I don't care if Kimmel gets canceled. I care about, I think journalistic integrity should remain intact. I don't watch Kimmel. I'm not gonna watch Kimmel.
Yeah.
I'm not losing anything if Kimmel gets canceled. But it does stand to a point of journalistic integrity, which I'm not calling Jimmy Kimmel a journalist. I watched The Man Show. Not much journalism there. More like juggalism, am I right? What's up?
Jiggleism. Yeah.
That actually sounds like a religion for juggalos.
Yeah, no, we're not going to cancel Kimmel during The Man Show. We're not going to cancel him now, because this is very much tamer than The Man Show has ever been, you know. However... What was my point? I had a point. Lost it.
Probably was not good anyway.
No, it was. I just don't remember what it was. So
we were talking about canceling Kimmel, and I said I wasn't going to watch Kimmel.
Yeah, no, I had an example of something, and it just totally slipped my mind because ADHD.
I had to get that point out.
Well, with Kimmel, I don't know. I had something. Oh,
you trying to drive
bada bing, bada bing. So, all
right.
My question, and this is gonna probably tarnish a little bit of my comedy career, but I don't care. Byron Allen replaces Stephen Colbert. Here's my how is Byron Allen and Comics Unleashed still gone on this long? The best episode.
Oh, the host of Comics Unleashed?
Byron Allen. No, it's just Comics Unleashed. They're replacing Colbert with Comics Unleashed, and I don't understand how this show's going. Cause the best.
Wait, it's still on?
It's still on.
That's fucking crazy.
And the best episode of Comics Unleashed is the first episode. That's it.
Yeah.
Years ago, when it was Ray Romano and it was unscripted. And don't get me wrong. Look, I understand Byron Allen was like a thing back in the day. But, like, honestly, it's the corniest fucking comic I've ever... I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
He's rich. I get it. My career's fucked. But how are we just going to sit here and pretend this man's not corny as all fuck? That's sorry.
Fucking crazy.
And his show is so scripted. It is literally just whoring stand-up comedy. Is all it's doing. We're pretending to have natural conversation while we're opening up pre-scripted fucking premises and bits that comics use on the road. And I get it. I understand it. But how is this replacing a late-night talk show? And how is this still on the fucking air?
Probably because no one's watching cable anymore, so...
I'm sorry, I just ruined my career, but it needs to be said.
Yeah, I'm sure Byron Allen's coming for you right now.
We got Kill Tony on this spectrum, and then we got fucking Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen over here. And there's no good middle ground here.
Basically AFV for comic bits.
And then the rest of the stand-up comedy media is fucking these dramatic stand-up comedy shows that just fucking, they all last a season, and they're all about stand-up comedy, when really they're trying to put this indie spin, like, oh, isn't everything just dope and stand-up comedy? Like, look, it's so indie, it's so dramatic and emotional, and Miss Maisel. Fuck all that shit. Sorry.
What was I watching recently, and you were like, "No, fuck that."
Yes.
What was it?
Was it
What
about
was it?
stand-up comedy?
No, it was. Yeah, it was a. It was that movie with Will Arnett about stand-up comedy, and you were like, "I haven't watched a Will Arnett movie in forever."
Give me a movie about how he fucked up his marriage with Amy Poehler. That's the movie I want to see. I want to know the backstory on that. Hey, how about I star in a movie?
I think they both fucked that one up.
How about I star in a movie where I play Will Arnett, and it's about going through that breakup of that marriage?
And I'm gonna play Amy Poehler.
I'm sorry, I let my rant, and
I'm gonna start a podcast so I can win an Emmy before you or whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, it's a fake Emmy.
It was.
She gets
She totally bought that Emmy. I bet.
Well, no, it was just like they didn't want to put, for all intents and purposes, and I hate to defend him, but they didn't put Joe Rogan in the category. Joe Rogan's been, and I hate to say it, but Joe Rogan's been the #1 podcast now for like 10 fucking years. And you start this category, and he's not even nominated. It's like, yeah, y'all are doing that thing again. Y'all are doing that fucking...
I mean, Smartless is a better podcast.
Sure, but we got to give credit where credit is due here. None of us would be around with a podcast if it weren't for Rogan's success. Boom, I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
I mean, there's also 100 other podcasts that are super great that weren't mentioned on that.
Yeah, but Rogan started.
You know what I think it is it had to be an actor who has a podcast.
Joe Rogan's an actor. What are we talking about here?
Oh, he's a crisis actor, but
Joe Rogan's got a resume.
Oh yeah, he was in News Radio.
News Radio, did a couple movies. I never saw him.
Was he in Just Shoot Me? No.
I think he did a guest role.
He did a guest role in Just Shoot Me.
Mm-hmm. Fear Factor.
Yeah.
That's a SAG. No, that's a SAG card.
That is a SAG card. You got me there.
That is a SAG card. And then didn't he do like a comeback season of Fear Factor or something? I don't even fucking know.
Yeah,
but Fear Factor went on.
One
for
of
a
the
long
challenges
time.
was to see who could get the most cum on his back.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, we got to give credit where credit is due. When the guy who pioneered it and pretty much invented the platform, Tom Green technically invented it, and then Rogan was like, "This is a good idea. I'm going to do this." Boom. But like, he's still like, it'd be like not putting Hulk Hogan in the WWE Hall of Fame, or it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
No, I get it. Like he sucks eggs for sure, but you gotta give him the flowers where the flowers are due.
Yeah, and to give it to Amy Poehler for like a podcast she's been doing for 7 months is kind of fucking insulting, and it's just like I see why you're doing it. Because you guys, the liberal Hollywood, and you guys don't want to give it to this guy, but like, you guys made the category.
Jerk each other off.
You didn't have to make the category. You didn't have to do that. But like,
no, I bet it was like because of the fucking rise in podcasting during COVID, and every fucking celebrity had a podcast. Dean Cain had a podcast.
Because
for fuck's sake.
Because everyone ran to Rogan.
Yeah.
Because Rogan's been around, calling out Carlos Mencia, calling out the Comedy Store. His early podcast was just all about weed legalization and aliens. Yeah. But people ran to it during the pandemic because it was the fun.
I think that Dean Cain podcast should have won.
Was he just talking about
Dennis Quaid had a podcast?
There was one day where Terry Hatcher was wearing her shirt all button down, and I saw it.
I could totally see your bra line.
I think I saw some nip.
It was pretty fucking hot. Anyways.
Sir, this is a Barnes & Noble kid meet and greet.
Yeah. You're just signing fucking Lois and Clark DVDs. Get the fuck out of here.
Mr.
We didn't even ask you to be here.
The 10-year-olds don't need to know about Terry Hatcher's, and
they don't know who Terry Hatcher is.
They don't know who Terry is. They should. Kind of Terry's fault that they don't. But
is that the lady from Desperate Housewives? How do you know that?
I love how Desperate actresses created the #1 show in Desperate Housewives. They needed it. They needed that to like work. The 4 of them. Yeah. And it did.
And it did for a while.
Good for them.
Was Katherine Heigl in that one? She should have been.
I don't know, dude. Katherine Heigl is just like... That was weird.
It was a weird time.
That was a very weird time. Katherine
And
Heigl.
they're just throwing her into everything. Or like, why is she here?
Katherine Heigl was like the Ben Simmons of acting, right?
Damn, yeah, that's a pretty good point.
I'm serious. Cause like
That's a good point.
she'd get all these movies and really just not have that. She had potential, yeah, but never really showed the skill. And then like she got to a good point where she's in like the Apatow movie, and then she's in like
Grey's Anatomy.
27 Dresses, and then she just started bitching about shit one day, and it was just like, who the fuck is you?
Yeah, like they were like setting her up to be like the next fucking
The next big
rom-com,
thing, yeah.
the next rom-com star, like
Jennifer
Sandy
Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Sandra Bullock, another good one, yeah. And then she
Yeah,
was
they
like, you know, she fucking knocked up was sexist. And like, what?
Yeah.
They didn't.
What are you-
They cut out
what are you
all my
fucking talking about?
They cut out all my ad lib scenes, and then you go to her
Well,
ad.
because you're not a comedian, Catherine.
Well, you go to the DVD, and all her like ad libs are just like flat and like
Super lame, yeah.
you know, it's like somebody like, I will say this, like she did set up a lot of good lines, but that's just the straight man. That's the straight man's easy. Like I could straight man Brooks up right now. He not gonna like it.
No, I wouldn't like that one bit.
Yeah.
See, here we go. That's great. No, that's fantastic. Oh, you're a regular Donnie Wahlberg.
There you go. See, this is straight man. Donnie Wahlberg. Good one.
That's a great straight man. Yeah.
That's how it's done, guys. Welcome to comedy.
Oh, there was other podcast news too.
What's the other podcast news?
Fucking Alex Jones.
What do you do now? What do you do now?
Well, you know, a few years back, the Onion bought Infowars.
Oh yeah, no, I've already seen the Onion's like commercials for one of their podcasts on Infowars.
They made all of the Infowars logo rainbow flags, and they put Tim Heidecker in charge of Infowars. And Alex Jones is fucking losing it, dude.
But have you seen their conspiracy theorist podcast trailers?
It's fucking amazing.
It's just like, you know what's really going on? I know what's really going on.
But I was watching like clips of fucking Alex Jones. He's got his shirt off and he's just screaming in his studio.
So is it a temporary ownership?
No,
they like own it.
They're kicking him out of the studio. Like, and then he started showing like old clips of Tim and Eric and saying that it was like all pedophilic and satanic and shit. And he's like, and Will Ferrell's in on it. It's like, Alex, stop.
You know what sucks though?
Huh?
We're losing Alex Jones at the point where he's like totally anti-Trump.
He's gonna find a way.
He's totally anti-Trump now. No, he brings up like him, Candace Owens, like, and this is what sucks, Tucker Carlson, about all those people. They were so heavy with this guy that now that they're like, you know,
now that they rescinded their support.
Now that they're actually telling the truth about shit, like no one's listening because of everything they did before. You can't trust them. But they're bringing up the same questions that we bring up with all these false flag incidences.
And we're all like, we're already there. Like, you're not giving us any news now.
But like now it's crazy because like, I mean, now that I don't appreciate the Onion owning Infowars.
That's irony at its best.
It's just, you know, you pay the fiddle. You know, you pay the consequences for what you do. I take it this is because of the Sandy Hook thing, like how this was
he didn't pay any of the families the defamation.
Gotcha. So he had
money.
to sell. Okay, this is all making sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that
he's
proves
reaping
my point.
what he's sowed.
Reaping what he sows. Like he's telling the truth now, but because of the Sandy Hook shit. I mean, look how it's fucked him like business wise, but
far
also
too little, far too late. Yeah.
His word now, and that's the same thing with Candace. Like I appreciate the fact that Candace Owens wants to get to the root of Charlie Kirk's death and the truth behind that. But you were on this fucking train for so long that now you're coming out.
You were a pivotal point in this.
You were like one of the conductors of this train. And you fucking come out of the train and say, hey, I've been going in the wrong, I mean, I can't fucking, you know?
Oh, it's like fucking Theo Vaughn being like, I didn't vote for any of this. And it's like, you
Just
fucking
like you
endorsed him and had him on
platformed
your
it. You
podcast.
platformed it.
Dick.
And I say it all the fucking time, but how dare these fucking comics even
Yeah.
speak the name of Carlin, even speak
Yeah.
the name of Bill Hicks, and they have a presidential candidate, I don't care who it is, a presidential candidate on their podcast. Fuck them.
Fucking snake oil salesman on their podcast. And then they're like, oh, you're so funny, Mr. Trump. He's not. He's never been funny. What are you doing? Okay, not intentionally funny. Not intentionally funny.
You know what was funny about Trump the Apprentice days? Like, you could tell when he had to do, like, an award show spot. Like, I think he had to present with Megan Mullally one time. They did not like him, but they had to put up with him. Like, you could see it
or
in
like
their
when he
face.
hosted SNL.
Yeah, during the Apprentice years. Like, they don't like him, but they have to put up with him because he got ratings. And you can always tell someone like that in Hollywood. Like wrestling in the 90s. The mainstream media hated the only people that treated wrestlers with respect were Regis and Kathy Lee. I remember the 90s wholeheartedly. Right? But how many 90s clips did some fucking reporter, like a Bob Costas, not even Bob Costas never did that shit, but like,
No.
just somebody, oh, isn't it fake? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Fox had this little mini-series called Secrets of Wrestling Revealed. Mainstream media hated that wrestling was number one in the ratings, but had to tolerate it, and that was kind of like Trump.
I think it's really funny that like that was such a bigger argument in the 90s where it's like, it's not real, right? And it's like, yeah, anyone with two fucking eyes can see it's not real, dick.
You watch ER. Is ER real? Is real?
I don't think George Clooney's actually a doctor.
But you see, that hate from wrestling comes from the fact that wrestling started as a con job, right? So generationally, there's always going to be a slight on wrestling. At least not now. Not now. Now they've got so many other slights. But like,
they're not worried about that.
That it used to be a con thing rode for so many decades and kept people so away from wrestling. And now we have a con man, as... But no, like, honestly, from the White House dinner, it seems like J.D. Vance is the more protected person in the administration.
Yeah, they got him out of there real quick.
And that was another eyeballing thing about that whole thing.
Yeah, Trump just sits there for a good minute.
And it seems like they were waiting.
And then he fell down on his way out.
I was thinking they wanted to get that moment where the guy in full gear runs in, gets in front of the table, and does that.
Yeah.
Because like that was in perfect media shot of the cameras.
The whole thing was very scened out.
It really was. I don't know, man.
It was super showy. It was like it was a bit over and also that guy eating a plate of mashed potatoes while there's like people running out of the room cracked me the fuck up.
But that was another thing. There were so many us's in that room that would be doing the same.
That were just like, whatever, dude.
Dude, I just don't know what I'd be doing first. Eating mashed potatoes, taking pictures while drinking a bourbon. Dana White had a funny quote. Dana White was
like, it's fucking awesome.
He's like, fucking awesome. I was just sitting there like, bring it on.
Shut up, Dana White.
No, but that's hilarious that there's a guest in the White House.
It's a funny saying that he was like,
"There's
fucking awesome, dude." It's the most Dana White thing to say.
Yeah, the fact that he's allowed to be in the room and he has that mindset of like, "Bring it on, let's do this." Just
fuck yeah, dude.
It's kind of a funny reaction. That is.
It's nothing's funnier than that.
I wish I was
an active shooter.
I wish I was man enough to just hop up on that many steroids to where like a fucking something like that just gets me just fucking bricked up. Like, yes, I'm in this terrible situation. Let's fucking go.
Have you ever seen those videos of like Dana White is like his personal
smacking his wife?
No,
I saw that one.
Too. But there's ones where he like reviews food items that his personal chef makes, and it's the funniest shit in the world.
And if the food's not good,
like, what'd you make me today? And it's like, we made Philly cheese egg rolls. And he's like, okay, all right. And they explain how he makes them, and he like takes a bite. He's like, it's too hot. I don't like it. Like, what the fuck?
Smacked his wife.
Yeah.
Nah, that video, he was at a poker table. He was at like a roulette table.
Or where he gets kicked out.
Yeah, they're at a roulette table. He just like, PAM!
Yeah. Oh, that one.
What?
I thought you were talking about the one where he refuses to pay like the $5 million that he owes at the table, and they kick him the fuck out.
He smacks his wife and they kick him out.
He smacks his wife and they get him out of there.
All right, just
eats a
just
Philly
leave.
cheesesteak.
That's how he gets out. That's how he gets out of paying. He's just like, oh.
Well,
all right, Dana, get out of here.
Mode.
No, quit hurting her.
Get out, Dana. You leave that poor woman alone.
She can stay.
Yeah. She's got a face like a brick.
Oh God. All right.
Speaking of taking it on the chin.
Let's end on this PlayStation news because we talked about that whole thing for like 45 minutes. PlayStation, in its recent update, if you bought a game digitally past March 26 and your internet goes out on your PlayStation, your PlayStation 5 needs to detect your internet once every 30 days for you to keep your library, your digital library, for you to be able to play your digital library. It is another move against, actually owning the game. And is now
that stopped a while ago.
Well, it's making me lean towards trading in my digital for like a physical PlayStation 5 for physical copies now because like
I have a physical. Don't mean to brag, but there's like a lot of games that they're releasing now aren't physical copies. You get the case and it's a fucking code. Yeah, that's what Nintendo's doing.
Well, that's what Nintendo's doing. Is PlayStation doing that now?
I mean, this isn't the first step. If this isn't the first step.
I agree with you right there.
Yeah.
This could be the first.
They probably saw Nintendo doing it and they were like, fuck yeah, now we need to stop them from buying physical media. But first,
if I'm Xbox right now, which by the way, they have rebranded as Xbox. That is
and they bought Steam.
Rebranded as Xbox.
Yeah, sure.
Rebranded. What Xbox could do right now is they should go.
Yeah, because they went from Xbox to Microsoft and
back to Xbox. Yeah, and then change the original logo back to the original. But
whatever.
What they could do right now, they could go 100% on the physical media right now, and that's how you beat.
They're not going to do that.
But that's how they would win.
They just bought Steam.
I know. Turn all
those. So why would they go to physical media?
Because there is a need. There is a demand right now more than ever. But
what they could do is just be like, you own your games on Steam. That's the bottom line. That's it.
They could do that. Or check this out. What if you could go to Steam though, and then order a physical copy of the game? That would be
the opposite of the point of Steam.
That you could play on your Xbox, but no, they gave you the choice without punishing you for the choice. They would make so much money.
Or they could just be like, you own the game when it's on Steam.
You own the game, and you pay a little bit more for the physical copy, right? You pay a little bit more. Are you forgetting
about the time Xbox decided that if you have a physical copy of a game and you take it to a friend's house and put it in there, you'd have to buy it again?
Look, I'm not saying all the decisions they've made in the past have been great, but this is a chance to redeem themselves when their competition is doing everything wrong as well.
Yeah, but they've been going like full, no pun intended, full steam ahead on no more physical games. Everyone's doing that.
Yeah, I know. So if someone takes the step back and someone goes, psych.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's what needs to happen. Is that going to happen?
It would be a dramatic shift if they just spent billions of dollars on buying Steam, and they're going whole hog in on Game Pass, which is basically the opposite of what you just described.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying someone needs to just take a step back, and they would make a bunch of money.
Ooh, Sega.
Sega doesn't care about consoles anymore.
Come back, Sega. Make a new console, Sega.
We say that now.
Hey-o!
Oh, it's Watson. Watson, what you got to add? Pick that boy up.
Guest.
Pick that boy up.
I'm not picking that.
I want to know what he has to say about this whole PlayStation. Oh goodness. Well, Watson's visited. That means we gotta wrap up because he's hungry or he wants to go outside.
Yeah, he's gotta go make a duty.
Oh, we gotta go make a duty. But guys, I guess the point of this episode was that
don't believe everything you read.
I don't even know. Grab your loved
I don't
ones.
even read.
Cherish your loved ones. We're in for a wild ride.
Fuck Patricia Heaton. Cherish your loved ones.
No, let's not get on to Patricia Heaton.
Fuck Patricia Heaton.
Come
at me, Patricia.
And I don't want to, because I'm defending someone.
Everybody Loves Raymond wasn't that good of a show.
The middle was very good.
The middle was a good show.
The middle was so good. And that's why I'm just kind of like, leave Patricia Heaton alone.
That was a very good show, but it wasn't because of Patricia Heaton.
All right. What's the janitor from Scrubs' name?
That's right. He's really good, though.
Yeah, but you don't know his name.
I don't know his name in Scrubs either.
But you know Patricia Heaton's name.
Oh, yeah. Because I also know Deborah Messing's name. Doesn't mean fucking like her.
Deborah Messing.
Deborah Messing. Deborah be messing around.
What was that guy's name? What was the other guy's name in Will and Grace?
Eric McCormick?
No. The other guy.
The Smartless guy?
The guy who won all the Emmys.
The guy that's on Smartless?
Not French Stewart.
French Stewart is
Sean.
Not man. Sean Hayes.
Sean Hayes. Deborah, what was it like to work with Sean Hayes? Those are the questions she gets. Bye, Watson.
Bye, Watson.
All right,
Till next time, buddy.
You know what? We're just gonna call it Watson's Rap. That's what this episode's called. Watson's Rap.
Watson's Rap.
Because Watson's wrapping it up. He says, "I gotta poop, and I'm gonna poop in the living room if no one ends this show."
It also works because he doesn't mean freestyle. I'll try to get him to try.
He might one day. Give him a good beat. Guys, this concludes episode 45 of Danzyland. For Danzyland, Danzy, Brookshire.
Happy 1 year.
Remember, happy 1 year. We're coming up on our 1 year.
Yeah.
52 episodes. We got to do something special. Got to do something special.
Pull my hog out.
Let's not do that. That is not. Okay. That's the opposite of what we want to do. YouTube has terms of standards.
Not with how small my dick is.
That is true. I would have to go into Adobe and really do a zoom in. You know, really get that zoom in there. Probably pull some filters, some zoom filters.
I would maybe a sepia.
Got to get some AI involved. You know.
Yeah, you're gonna want some AI.
That's gonna go through.
Patricia Richardson at the tip.
Why Patricia Richardson?
I said Patricia Richardson. Patricia Heaton.
What'd she do?
Oh man,
what'd she do to you?
Patricia's. Home Improvement wasn't that good either.
I agree with that. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Why people were into that show, I have no fucking idea. I think a lot of dads wanted to be Tool guys or some shit. Like, everybody was obsessed with Tool. Like, Tools were the Pokemon cards of that male generation. A lot of people
were into that pervert over the fence.
For real, dude. That's like the most toxic fucking thing on that show. It's like, when is this guy not looking? You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he kept popping up and getting into my life events, I'd be like, dude, stay on your side of the fucking fence.
Are you at that fence when my kids are in the showers, or what?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on over there, dude?
Guys, it's not the real world. It's Danzyland. For Danzyland 45, Danzy, Brookshire.
I'm Patricia Heaton.
I'm Patricia Richardson. And we'll see you next week on Danzyland. And scream!